Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm Lance. So do you want to be healthier? You got to start by thinking healthier, talking healthier, change that part of your story too. I focus a lot on the power of thought, and this is one that's actually paid huge dividends in my life, and it's changed my life. I do believe that dis-ease, look at the word alone, dis-ease, not at ease. Our bodies, I think the disease originates in the mind, and our body's natural function is homeostasis. Our body is constantly working for our good. It's when we get our thoughts out of whack, when we allow fear, stress, anxiety, and fear of getting sick, those things truly weigh on your body and crush your immune system and suppress it. There's a couple doctors that really got me thinking about this, and a couple books I highly recommend. One is called You Are the Placebo by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Another is Mind Over Medicine by Dr. Lissa Rankin. Both are fantastic reads. I think anybody should read them, whether you're having health problems or not. But they really opened my mind to the power of thinking healthy and allowing your body to do the work and keep itself healthy and to heal itself when it does get sick. So I didn't listen, I didn't really get sick, and I used to say that all the time. I used to say I never get sick, except every spring and fall I get a sinus infection. Guess what happened? Every spring and fall I got a sinus infection. I had doctor friends that I called on, surgeons. I just have them phone me in a Z-Pack. I knew it was too late, but guess what? I expected that. I expected that with my thought. I expected that with the talk. Outwardly, I would say that to other people. And I'd heard a Wayne Dyer book, and he's obviously a huge teacher of mine, but he talked about how he had that same awareness in that moment where he realized if he changed the way that he thought and the way he approached illness, that it would change his life, and it did. I have not gotten a sinus infection or had any kind of sickness since 2012, with the exception of one, and that validates my story. I got shingles, and it was 100% due to a very stressful situation and a job that I was miserable in. That is stress manifests. Thankfully, the shingles didn't really hurt and they were gone super fast. But ultimately, since 2012, I've not been sick. That's not coincidence. It's not like I've been taking awesome care of myself. I'm finally starting to get in better shape and eat better and exercise more. But it was really just a product of me changing the way that I talked, changing that story that I was telling myself and others. And in that book by Joe Dispenza, he starts out talking about how he got run over by an SUV. He was in a road biking race, and it just fractured his spine, and there was only going to be the only option. He got all these opinions was some kind of high risk surgery, and I don't remember all the details, but it's very likely that he would not have gotten. It would have been bad outcome. So he basically worked at home on himself, and over the course of about 3 months cured himself. There's stories in his book and other books of people that have had cancer and other diseases and have cured themselves by laughter and good thoughts alone. I've seen miraculous, unexplained, literally miracles. People have gone in for surgery where I've been in ORs and there's nothing to take out, like the cancer is gone. There's not always explanation, but it's true. Every disease has been cured. And if we focus on disease and illness, we're attracting more of it. And another point to that, if you're focusing on not getting sick, if you're doing everything in your power to keep everything clean and take every precaution, you're still focusing on illness. That's what the subconscious and the universe doesn't get. If you're focusing on not getting sick, you're still, the subconscious just hears sick. You're opening yourself up to that. We have to change the way that we talk. Everything has been healed. Our body's natural state is homeostasis. It is built to repair us, to restore us. That's what sleep's about. Our body heals. And the more that we get in that fight or flight, and I learned a lot about the HPA, the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal circuit, and what stress and fearful thoughts does to our body. And right now with all this pandemic and everything going on, if you're living in fear of that, if you're worried about getting sick or doing everything you can to not get sick, you're increasing your chances. You have to change your story. I no longer say that I don't get sick, except for sinus infections. I just say I'm very fortunate I do not get sick. I don't catch anything that goes around, and I haven't. What do most people say? Oh, you better go knock on wood. No, I don't need to knock on wood, because it's not luck. I've changed that. I've changed that program in my brain, like Wayne Dyer did, like Joe Dispenza did, like Lissa Rankin, like a lot of people have done. And look no further than the placebo effect. There's some amazing studies. Even there was one study, I think it was in Joe's book, that talked about they did arthroscopic knee surgery. Half the patients actually got repaired. The others just had holes drilled and saline injected. The group that didn't even get repaired did as well, if not better. How is that explainable? When they do double-blind, multi-center trials for drugs and stuff, there's placebo arms. And sometimes people get healed just from taking a sugar pill. Look at like all the healing shrines in the world. People believe going to certain places can heal them, and there's been miraculous stories of people. Even there was a story of someone that had severed optic nerves that went to Lourdes in France, or whatever it's called, and regained sight. How is that possible? Unless her eyes were atrophied, there was no connection. She was able to restore sight. You know why? Because she believed that it would heal her. And you have to work on your belief. Are you open to? Are you concerned about getting sick? Are you worried about what's going around? When you give your energy to stuff like that, and much like I said, if you're focusing on doing everything you can to not get sick, that's the wrong focus. Shift your focus to health. Think on healthy things. Affirm healthy things. If you're not feeling well one day, as opposed to saying, I might be coming down with something, say, nah, I'm not feeling my best, but my body's working to restore itself to normal operating function. Affirm things like, I don't get sick. I don't catch what's going around. The more that you say these things, the more you affirm them, the more they become part of you. And the more that you say that and affirm that and it becomes part of you, your body changes. Disease is just simply a lack of being at ease. And our thoughts are a huge role in that. So if you want to be healthier, think healthier. Affirm health. Make statements affirming health. My body strives for perfect wellness. My body is constantly working to keep me in the best operating shape. And it's proven. I mean, there's been autopsies, like every single one of us walks around with cancer cells and all these other diseases. And it's when we get out of whack that they activate. When we get in that fear-based place or giving energy to it, that's when our immune system gets suppressed and we're opened up to that. So is this going to change everything? It's kind of like the Henry Ford thing. If you think this is bullshit, then you're right. I can assure you, if you think that it's the change in your thinking and how you talk about your health, if you don't think that's accurate, you're right. But I'm sitting here 8 years later and I don't get sick. So it's worth a shot. You got nothing to lose. Change the way you think about health. Don't focus on the illness and avoiding illness. Focus on healthy, good things. Your thoughts are everything. All right, but everybody, I hope you have an awesome day and a fantastic weekend and a happy now. Because you can't be happy yesterday and you can't be happy tomorrow.